Who was Saddam Hussein, the dictator who still haunts Iraq? Saddam Hussein al-Majid was born on April 28, 1937, in Tikrit, a village located about 100 kilometers from Baghdad, into a family of very poor Sunni farmers. He was only 9 years old when he ran away from home to escape his violent stepfather. His maternal uncle in Baghdad took him in, educated him, and instilled a passion for weapons. At 20, supported by his uncle, he joined a secret Ba'ath Party cell, a secular Arab nationalist party promoting Arab state union. There, he swiftly ascended, and his ambition grew, intending to overthrow the government. After a failed coup against the Iraqi government, he attempted to assassinate Prime Minister General Qasem 2 years later, armed with a Kalashnikov. His attempt failed, and Saddam Hussein had to flee the country to avoid a death sentence. Exiled in Cairo, he studied law and performed covert actions for the Ba'ath. When a revolution broke out in Iraq, Saddam Hussein returned to his country. On July 17, 1968, an event changed his life. The king had been toppled. He attempted another coup, this time successfully. The Ba'ath Party came to power, his cousin became Iraq's president, and he was appointed vice president. He held this job for a decade, 10 years during which he built up a network of informants and gradually began to eliminate his rivals. In 1979, after his cousin's hasty abdication, Saddam Hussein seized full power. El-Rais, or the supreme leader, now holds all authority as the president, the party secretary general, and the military's commanding officer. Also known as the Butcher of Baghdad, he ruled the country with an iron fist and governed without sharing power. He was 42 years old at the time and decided to consolidate his power by purging his own party. Megalomaniacal and paranoid, he did not hesitate to have his collaborators executed in the middle of meetings, sent his cooks to prison on a whim, and eliminated all his opponents one by one, including those within his own clan. 6 days after coming to power, he orchestrated a bloody purge and had 22 members of the Ba'ath Party executed for treason, all broadcast on television. The message was clear: if you want to stay alive, support Saddam Hussein. He quickly established an autocratic state in which he alone held absolute power. Heavily inspired by totalitarian regimes, particularly Stalin, he gradually descended into an excessive cult of personality. Portraits of the dictator filled the streets. At the age of 60, to thank God for watching over him, he even had a copy of the Quran written in his own blood. But behind this megalomania, Saddam Hussein ruthlessly practiced mass violence, eliminating his potential enemies. In 1980, he invaded Iran. The result was 8 years of war that left between 800,000 and 1 million dead on both sides. In 1988, he gassed the small Kurdish village of Halabja in the north of the country, killing 5,000 people. And in 1990, he invaded Kuwait, triggering the start of the Gulf War. Until then, the international community did not really fear Saddam Hussein, who was blocking Iran, which suited the United States, enriching Iraq through oil agreements, and even advancing social rights in his country. Under his regime, homosexuality was legal in Iraq, for example. He even received a UNESCO award for the success of his literacy program. But the invasion of Kuwait triggered the United Nations, which imposed a trade embargo on Iraq. Saddam Hussein lost but stayed in power. The population sank into isolation and poverty, and Saddam Hussein became paranoid. He never slept in the same place, trusted no one, and even had a collection of body doubles to deceive his enemies. Following 9/11 attacks, the US aimed to eradicate him, accusing Iraq of manufacturing weapons of mass destruction and supporting the terrorist group Al-Qaeda. The UN investigates suspected weapons sites but finds no evidence of their existence. Despite this, in March 2003, the United States and the United Kingdom issued an ultimatum to Saddam. He was given 48 hours to leave Iraq with his family. He refused to surrender, and Operation Desert Storm was launched. Within a few weeks, the government and army are overthrown, and on April 9, 2003, Baghdad falls. But Saddam Hussein is missing. A bounty of $25 million was placed on his head. He's ultimately found 8 months later, December 13, 2003, at a remote Tikrit farm, his birthplace. Hiding in a tiny hole about 2.5 meters deep, without water or electricity, he had a briefcase containing $750,000, a revolver, and 2 Kalashnikovs. He surrendered without resistance, knowing that his clan had betrayed him. With unclear charges, the US handed him over to the temporary Iraqi government. In July 2004, the former dictator was prosecuted for genocide, war, and crimes against humanity. Sentenced to death, Saddam Hussein was executed on December 30, 2006. His people watched as one of the worst dictators Iraq had ever known was put to death, but who, for some, remains even today a hero of the fight against America.